There are three main mistakes that men make in relationships which force a woman to lose her genuine burning desire towards you, her interest, and that will eventually lead to a breakup. And this has personally happened to me, being in long-term relationships for over 15 years, my longest relationship being 7 years. I made a lot of mistakes, and that forced the person that I was with to lose genuine burning desire towards me. So I want to highlight the three main mistakes that you should avoid and pay very close attention to, so you can therefore lead your relationship and you can have a thriving relationship. And what I'm about to share with you is what I implement in my current relationship, and this is why I'm able to lead this relationship. So let's get into it. Now, understand this, one of the deepest feminine desires, what a woman is really interested in, is to relax and know that her man has everything under control. She wants to trust you. She wants to trust that you have direction within the relationship, that you're leading that relationship. This allows her to remain in her feminine energy and you remain in your masculine energy. That's what it's all about. You got to understand that she will complement your life as long as you allow her to remain in her feminine energy by having that genuine burning desire towards you, and you remaining in your masculine energy, which allows you to lead that relationship. So essentially you lead and she follows, right? And that will then allow you to maintain that relationship in a way where it thrives and where she has that genuine burning desire towards you. Because once that genuine burning desire is gone, it can be very difficult to rescue your relationship. You can go to therapy, you can go to couples counseling, but that personally doesn't work. I know guys that I currently help with their relationships that have tried that have gone to couples therapy, couples counseling, whatever it might be, but you cannot force a woman to have genuine burning desire towards you. It's just not possible. No matter what someone might say to her, it doesn't allow her to override her biological imperative, or the way that she's biologically hardwired, which is to be attracted to a man that leads in his masculine energy. And I want you to understand this. You're the captain of your ship, your vessel. The vessel is your relationship. Now, she joins you on your journey, That ship should be heading in a direction towards your mission, right? That should be the destination. So she joins you for the ride. Therefore, she can remain in her feminine energy. But a lot of guys, me personally, I've made this mistake before, is we start steering the ship, not maybe having a direction, an end route that we're heading towards, not having that mission. So we steer the ship at the start, generally towards the earliest stages of the relationship, the honeymoon stage. And then eventually we take a step back. We don't steer that ship no more. And what happens is that woman that's on the ship, she will have to start steering the ship. This will then make her drop her feminine energy and start taking over and leading the ship by engaging in her masculine energy. And this is exactly what we don't want, because the way that she's hardwired is not to lead. She doesn't want to step into her masculine energy. She wants to remain in her feminine energy. She wants to know that you're the captain, you know which direction this vessel is heading, and she would just complement your life, right? She would just support your mission. But at the end of the day, a lot of guys end up just taking a step back. And when you take a step back, you've essentially lost at this point, Because now she has to lead and steer that ship, which she's not biologically hardwired to do. This then forces her to lose her genuine burning desire towards you. So you as a man, you need to always be in your masculine energy, your presence within this relationship. You need to be steering that ship at all times and never taking a step back. And I personally made this mistake myself. That's why I lost direction in my relationship, because I lost direction of that ship. And I ended up allowing her, my ex-partner, to take lead of that vessel. And because she's not designed to do so, she ended up leading that relationship to a degree, and she eventually then lost her genuine burning desire towards me, right? She then lost her respect towards me, and then she eventually broke up with me, which I don't blame her for in any way. I took full responsibility because I lost my frame in that relationship. So I want you to not make the same mistake, okay? You need to be leading this vessel at all times. It is non-negotiable. If you want to have a thriving relationship, if you want to lead the relationship, if you want her to respect you, have that genuine burning desire towards you, remain in her feminine energy, then you must be steering this vessel at all times. But let's get into the 3 main mistakes that men make in relationships, which forces a woman to lose her genuine burning desire towards you. The first one is having no purpose, okay? When you have no purpose as a man, you've got no mission in life. You end up making her the center of your world. And you got to understand that she's hardwired to be with a man that leads, a man that leads his own life, a man that actually doesn't need her in his life because he's already got his life mapped out. He knows which direction that he's heading, and that allows you to strive for more, be ambitious, and not settle for less. Okay, so this is very attractive to a woman when a man is focusing on his mission and doesn't put her first, doesn't make her the priority. Okay, doesn't put the relationship first. He puts his mission first, and she can then remain in her feminine energy and complement the relationship. But I also have been in this position where I didn't have purpose in that previous 7-year relationship, for example. Because I didn't have purpose, I ended up making the woman the center of my world. I put all my energy into the relationship because I didn't have anything else outside the relationship that I was striving towards. And I ended up getting complacent as a byproduct. Okay, I ended up indulging in vices because I felt that empty void inside me. I felt like I was lacking a key component in life as a man, which is to have that purpose, have that mission, strive towards something else greater than a woman. And she will sense this. She'll realize that your heart's not completely in it. Okay, and this is where a lot of guys go wrong, because it'll be a matter of time before she'll work out that you're not striving towards anything greater anymore. She'll start to put 2 and 2 together. Your true colors will start to come to light after that honeymoon period ends. So as a man, it is non-negotiable. You must have purpose. Now, once having purpose, this then gives you direction. This gives you clarity. You strive for something greater. You want to leave a legacy behind. And this is highly attractive traits that men possess, which women are drawn towards. Okay, a feminine woman is going to be drawn towards a man who ends up striving for more, someone who takes charge, someone who knows which direction that he's heading, and therefore you come across as a leader in your own life, which then reflects as a byproduct in your relationship and then in your family when you have children and so forth. So purpose is non-negotiable, but I'll do a full video on that separately in the upcoming weeks. But the second mistake that men make is they cannot solve problems. They end up not being able to solve any problems that go wrong, and it doesn't matter if you cannot fix these particular problems. Let's say, for example, something breaks, okay, in the house, maybe your vehicle, whatever it may be, okay, and you cannot come up with solutions. You end up just discussing everything with your partner. What should we do? I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fix this. Do you have any ideas? Again, you're giving your leadership skills away to a woman who's not designed to lead a relationship. So for example, let's say that there's an electrical problem in your house, right? Maybe the lighting doesn't work, you've changed the globe, it doesn't work, okay? Or let's say even plumbing issues, the sink's playing up, whatever it may be, and you just don't know how to fix it. You need to take responsibility and just organize a tradesman to come and fix this problem, okay? You don't wait for your partner to put her 2 cents in and say, oh, you know, what should we do? You don't discuss it like that with a woman, okay? You need to be a leader. A man that has things under control gets things sorted, okay? He doesn't create problems, he solves problems. So you need to make sure that you're always on your feet when it comes to things going wrong, okay? Even within your relationship, you should be solving problems then, right, to a certain degree. But let's say anything external, the car, the house, whatever it may be, the lawn, the garden, whatever it is, if you can't do these things, you need to hire someone to do this, okay? You need to get on top of these things as soon as possible. You don't have to be a man that's a jack of all trades, okay? At the end of the day, if you're focusing on your mission and you've got your purpose and something breaks or something goes wrong or whatever it might be, you need to make some phone calls and quickly come up with a solution and get it sorted. Okay, when something breaks, you tell your partner, look, darling, don't worry, everything's okay. I'll sort it out. You don't have to worry, I'll sort it out. You keep your word as a man and you sort it out. That's fixing problems. That's you coming up with solutions. So she doesn't have to worry about things. So she can remain in her feminine energy and just relax. And she will understand that her man has got it. Her man takes charge. Her man just sorts problems. He doesn't create problems. Okay, and this is very attractive to a woman. As I said, you don't need to know how to fix all these things, but if you can get these problems resolved, this is all she wants. She wants to make sure that you've got everything taken care of. Okay, so as a man, it is your responsibility. As men, we need to solve these problems. Okay, we need to come up with quick solutions. And when we're on our feet, when we're operating through our high self, just fixing problems, resolving problems in your own life will help you in your relationship as well. You become good at doing these things, right? You end up just solving things really quickly. You know where to look. You know how to get the answers. This just happens automatically when you learn to solve your own problems in life and you don't run away from your own problems, right? Taking charge. And the third mistake that men make is being too boring and too predictable. Okay, you need to create an emotional suspense in her mind. You need to be mysterious. When you're boring, gifting her the same experiences, not coming up with solutions, asking her, where do you want to eat? Where do you want to go? Again, you're giving away your leadership authority to a woman who just wants to relax and understand that her man has just got it all figured out. Okay, you don't want to allow her to do the thinking. That ruins your masculine energy. That will take the suspense away from the relationship, and she would just think of this relationship as boring. Okay, and the number one thing you cannot do is bore a woman in a relationship. So when it comes to, let's say, going out for dinner, you need to be the man that ends up surprising her. You need to take her places. Don't tell her where you're going. You should already know what she likes. But you need to always be mysterious in that sense. Okay, when it comes to even traveling, let's say surprises, her birthday, special occasions, you need to be the person that just books random places where you go. Okay, you just say to her, get ready, we're going somewhere in an hour, pack your bags, and don't ask any questions. She's going to have that emotional suspense in her mind, and she's going to be thinking, where are we going? She's going to get excited, right? This is what you need to do, and it's not that hard. You just keep everything inside your mind, and you just surprise her, right? You come up with solutions. You just think to yourself, okay, I'm going to book this place. I will also have a good experience there, and I will surprise her as well. So you both have a win-win situation. This then allows her to remain in her feminine energy and have that genuine burning desire towards you, because you come across as mysterious. You're not boring. You're not predictable. But if you're taking her to the same places over and over again, gifting her the same experiences, she's going to get bored. So you need to make sure that you're always consistently keeping that suspense in the relationship. I know it's hard when you live together. It's not the same. You can't always be, striking that mysterious element in the relationship. But when it comes to, let's say, special occasions, when it comes to maybe once a week when you go out, you need to gift her experiences that she hasn't done before. Okay, this is what keeps your masculine energy strong in the relationship, where you can just lead. And she just loves this. She loves surprises. Women love surprises. Okay, women want to have fun. They just want to relax in their feminine energy. They don't want to guess. They don't want to think. Okay, so as long as you just come up with ideas, you end up just surprising her. It's not that hard to do. Okay, you just got to take ownership. This will then allow her to have that genuine burning desire towards you, and you'll have that strong, intimate connection within the relationship. Okay, she won't lose that desire towards you. But could you imagine, let's say, if you're with someone and you're doing the same thing over and over again, it'll get quite boring, right? Think about it. So when you're in a relationship with someone that you want to be with long term, you need to understand there has to be a mysterious element to that relationship. You don't want to kill the relationship completely, but that's where a lot of relationships go wrong. And I've done that before in the past, where I lost that mysterious element within the relationship. Okay, I became predictable. I did the same things over and over again, because I didn't have purpose. I didn't have that mission. So I would end up just asking for her input, right? When it came to my previous relationship. I would ask her, where do you want to go eat? Where do you want to go? And we'd both sort of come together and come up with ideas, with holidays and stuff like that. But with this current relationship that I'm in, I end up just booking places. I don't ask for a validation or her approval. I just book it. I tell her to get ready. She gets ready and she gets excited. And this is what you need to do, right? This is how you keep that spark. You gift her a good experience, okay? You need to do this so therefore you can have access to her feminine energy in the relationship. And she will just always have that respect level for you. And your intimacy within the relationship will also be strong as well, right? Because she remains in her feminine presence and you get to remain in your masculine presence, okay? So she will just essentially complement your life when you be this way. So again, don't be predictable. Surprise her, be mysterious, trigger her emotions in the right way. Make her enjoy the highs, right? Don't tell her what you're going to do. Don't tell her your problems. Don't tell her what you get up to every single waking minute. Don't reply to every single text message, messaging her throughout the day. You need to be on a mission, doing the things that you need to do, your purpose. It doesn't matter, even if you've got family, even if you've got children, you need to be a man that's on his mission, okay? You can't be so predictable. You can't be available all the time, okay? Don't play games with a woman. Don't try and pretend to ignore her and stuff like that, because if you're doing that, you don't have anything far greater to strive towards in your life, okay? So you need to have your life set up in a way. And when she joins you on that mission, it just becomes easy to maintain this relationship. Okay, I'm not saying relationships are completely easy, but it becomes easier because you get to remain in your masculine energy and she gets to remain in her feminine energy. And that's the way a relationship needs to be, right? In order for you to be a man that leads, you need to always maintain your frame in that relationship, okay? And it's not that difficult once you set yourself up in the right way. And this is pretty much it. These are the 3 main mistakes that men make in relationships. And if you want to avoid not being in this position, you want to rebuild your masculine frame, your masculine identity. You want to learn about how to actually lead a relationship, how to have a thriving relationship where a woman has respect for you and you get to keep your masculine energy and she remains in her feminine energy. I can help you get there. Okay, this is exactly what I've done for myself. This is what I apply in my current relationship. And this is what I help other men do. So if you need that help, you can click the link down below. You can book a free one-to-one coaching call with me and I'll see if you're the right fit for my program. But other than that, if you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button. It always helps me keep making valuable content. If you like the video, give it a like. Drop your comments down below if you'd like to share your comments. We're going to end the video here. I hope you gained some sort of value from this video because at the end of the day, I want you to thrive in your relationship and I want you to actually be in a relationship where you lead as a man and you get to be with a feminine woman who complements your life. So look, ending it here. Hope you have a blessed and beautiful day. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.